Certain problem with
Yeah,
network,
yeah.
right?
Some network issues are there. Sorry
Yes.
for the inconvenience and disturbance. Okay,
Okay.
we can start
Move
with
to the
the
next question, right?
yeah next
Yeah,
question.
whatever it is the problem, we will fight against the fate. That's a
Yeah,
gratitude. That's Darshana,
that
right?
is the
Okay,
always.
what about question number 106? Floridian stars are structure similar to, we know that Floridian stars, we can see that that is term, we can see in the plant kingdom. We can see that plant kingdom. We can see that plant kingdom. We can see that the algae, that is, red algae reserve food material is Floridian, red, red, that is chlorophyll A, D, phycoerythrin, we know that. And what is that is direct sentence in the NCRT. That is a direct sentence
Yeah.
in the NCRT. We can see that is amylopectin glycogen is the answer for this question. For the question number 106, we can see that 2 is the correct answer for this question. Question number 106, 2 is the correct answer. And what about the question number, next question? Oh, that is certain problem, right?
Yeah. Wait. Okay. Okay.
And what about the question number 107? That is connected with, we can see that, that is biotechnology, we can see these terms. Okay, ligase. What is function of ligase? Join. Oh, what is the question? Correct pair from the following. 107 question. Choose the correct pair. Which is the correct pair? Which is the correct pair? Now, what about question number, option 1? Ligases join 2 DNA molecules, of course. Ligases join 2 DNA molecules. That is correct one. Of course, the answer is 1. What is the
Yeah.
correct answer? And what was again, polymerases break the DNA into fragments? Never. That is never. That is helps in synthesis of DNA. We know that. And
Adding of means polymerization means adding of DNA
adding
sequence.
something, right? That is RNA polymerase will help synthesis of RNA and DNA polymerase
Yeah.
add
It's
DNA
not breaking,
nucleotide.
is it?
Yes. And nucleases, that is separate new DNA, 2 strands of DNA. Nucleus never. That's nucleases, that is exonuclease, endonuclease, cut the DNA. And
I
what
think it
about,
is helicase.
yes,
Separating.
yes, separating helicases. And what about exonuclease may cut at the specific position within the DNA? No, exonuclease cut at the end, at the specific position within the DNA by endonucleases. Therefore, which is the correct answer for the question number 107? 1 is the correct answer for the question number 107. So, what is the next question? Yes.
Oh, it's from zoology. It's from evolution, isn't it? The embryological support of the evolution was disproved by. So, question is so simple, but by the way, this is not directly from the NCRT, but the concept is clearly in the NCRT. And as mentioned by Miss, that the NCRT need of a microscopic study of NCRT.
NCRT
Isn't
is
it? So, on the basis of that, I must say the answer is directly from NCRT. Called NS1 bear is the answer, because you know that embryological evidences. We are asking the questions of the embryological evidences are disproved by. You know that Alfred Bayes and Charles Darwin does not have any connection with the embryological aspect of study related with the evolution, and they are related with the natural selection and Darwinism, isn't it? And Oparin is a person who described the origin of life. There is no chance of embryological evidences. And the Carl Ernst von Baer is a person who described the embryological evidences. That means the earliest time of the development of an embryo, the primary characteristics are forming first, and the secondary characteristics. What even primary characteristic means, like in all the vertebrae, you can able to view that the vertebral columns are present, heart is there, respiratory systems are there. So these types of primary structures are forming first, and then only the species characteristic features that we call the special characteristic features. When you consider the birds, the special character features is called their feathers, and the special character features in human beings, it is considered as hairs. So the secondary character features are developing first. This type of embryological evidences is showing that all the organism has a connection between their embryological history, ontogenic history and phylogenic history. Ontogeny, recapitulate phylogeny. That's mentioned by Carl Ernst von Baer. So the answer for the question number 108 is option number 1. So is that clear? So move on to the next question.
And what about this question? Yes, that is 109. The first phase of translation, that is connected for the molecular basis of inheritance. A very easy chapter, that, the process. So the question is also very easy. Whatever written in the NCRT that has asked for the entrance, we can see that here. What is the point? First phase of translation. What is translation? mRNA become protein. And we know that the process, we know that mRNA have to be bind to the ribosome. We know that. But what is written in the NCRT? In the NCRT, there is a sentence like that. That is first process, first phase. We can see that amino acylation of tRNA. What is amino acylation of tRNA? That is charging of tRNA. What do you mean by charged tRNA? That is tRNA with amino acid. And this amino acid is bind to this tRNA with the help of amino acids in the synthase enzyme. We know that. And this process is first happen during translation. That is written in the NCRT. What is written in the NCRT? That will be the answer. Yes, that is the importance of NCRT, dear children. And we can see that binding of mRNA to ribosome. Yes, of course, that is also part of the translation. But written in the NCRT, first You can see the term like that.
Amiral
First word is there. Therefore, the answer for this question number 109, we can see that 3 is the correct answer for the question number 109.
Okay, what is the next question?
Yes, so that is also related to botany, right?
Yeah.
Question number 110. What about this? The plant parts which consist of two generations, one within the other. While you refer previous question, you can see one answer. You already know the answer. That is seed. You know that. Already you know the answer. That is seed. Already we had already given that question. Same question.
Previous question. It's last time preparation.
Yes. Also we are also given and we can see the seed inside fruit is answer. We know that. But one more here, these A, B, C, D statements are there. From there, we have to find out the answer. For that, we just look at the option. What happened now? Pollen grains inside the anther, never. That is after this anther become rupture, what happened? Pollen grain will be released. There is no role for anther. Therefore, that is not considered. And next, germinated pollen grain within two male gametes. We know that this pollen grain will be falls on the stigma, and then pollen grain germinated and pollen tube protrudes, and while carrying two male gametes, that is also part. But have to be reached into the embryo sac. That's the purpose. How it is reached in the embryo sac? Through Philippum apparatus of one of the synergid. And there is no embryo sac inside the ovule. Yes. That is also we know that inside the ovule there is embryo sac. Inside the embryo sac there is embryo will be formed. Embryo bearing sac, that is embryo sac. Embryo sac is female gametophyte, we know that. And this embryo will be formed and ovule become seed and ovary become fruit. What is the correct answer? What is most correct? Here we can see that C and D is the correct answer. From this we can see 3 is the correct answer for this question.
Okay, next question. Okay.
We also have long-term batches, and we have +2 science tuition and entrance for this all +1 completed and +2 ongoing students. And sir?
They have to start their struggle for the NEET 2021 from the beginning, along with their school studies, isn't it?
Yes.
So that is called a long-term
classes.
We are
also helping for the better result for the subjective and objective.
Yeah, of course, for the board examination.
Yes, also.
Okay, they will crack the board examination very easily, and also
if you know the objective clarity, objective basis there, then subjective score will be easy. Actually, that type of question will be there.
Yeah, the objective is actually based on the core concept of the topic itself.
Yes, of course. Therefore, these are both sides of the single coin, right?
Yeah, of course. So we started the long-term classes already. So if you are interested to join with these sessions of long-term classes, we are always welcoming you all to the Darsana Academy. Okay, and also don't forget to subscribe this channel. Okay,
yes,
and also put the bell button, and because we are uploading,
we need more likes and
we need more likes and comments.
Subscribers.
Okay, because we need more subscribers, and we are providing a lot of informations by day by day by the regular
informations are there. Therefore,
video classes.
If you want to follow that, then you have to subscribe this channel.
We have all the platform of YouTube as well. Instagram is there, Facebook is there. Every online platforms we have their identity for us. So please search anywhere for Darsana Academy and join with us. Conquer the NEET. And
we have also challenging questions. If updated or if you want updated information, then you have to be subscribed this channel. That's important.
So don't forget to subscribe along with the bell button. Okay. So next question. Okay, this is the 12th questions of E2 version 7. One not 12 question is version
112, right?
112. Yeah. Match the following column and select the correct option. So this is from the chapter locomotion and movement. Okay, so that we are asking about floating ribs, acromium, scapula, glenoid cavity.
111 question we didn't discuss that. 111 question is there, not actually 111 question is also there. I'm going to read. No, there is a mistake here. Not mistake. That is technical issues we have. And what's the 111 question? That's also one important question. We can see that the number of substrate level phosphorylation in one turn of citric acid cycle. What is citric acid cycle? That is Krebs cycle. This Krebs cycle is called citric acid cycle, and we know that this Krebs cycle one turn. How many substrate level? Very interesting question. Know that during respiration, direct ATP formation is called substrate level phosphorylation, and during one Krebs cycle, one acetyl coenzyme will be completely break down. And during that case, we can see that one ATP will be directly formed during one Krebs cycle. Therefore, for the question number 111, we have the answer. 2 is the correct answer. That is 1. That means one direct ATP will be formed. ATP formation in the case of animals and plants, and GTP formation in the case of animals. But GTP immediately converted to ATP. That is also given in the NCERT. Therefore, for the 111 question, that is answer is That is, answer is 1 and option these 2. Option given is 2 as 1. Okay, did you understand? 1 ATP will be formed. Okay, that's answer.
Yeah, good explanation, ma'am. I hope you understand this one because due to some technical mistake, we lost those questions from the slide. So pardon for that mistake. And
but sir explains so well. Sir,
okay,
interrupt.
No problem, no problem. Because already 111 is there,
yes,
and after that we should have to start with 112.
112.
Okay, so there is a correctly a technical mistake. I beg your pardon.
Okay, fine.
So question number 112. It is explaining about the. It is a master column question. Okay, so floating ribs, acromion, scapula, glenoid cavity. This is exactly from the region of the skeletal system of locomotion and movement. And you know that what is a floating ribs, and floating ribs is a type of rib that is originating, or it is starting from the vertebral column regions and does not making any attached with the ribs. It's the sternum portion. So that's why it is having only one region is attached over the back side, and the other region is a freely region. That's why they are known as floating ribs. As per this concept, the floating ribs do not connect with the sternum. That is a correct matching option. Then acromion is a finger-like projections over the scapula and clavicle region. So here there is no scapula, but the clavicle is there. So acromion is related with the clavicle region. And scapula is a portion of a V-shaped bone which is present over the dorsal side of the human pectoral girdle. The scapula bone is a pectoral girdle bone. When you consider the scapula, located between the second and seventh ribs. Second and seventh ribs means we are always mentioning the position of any organs in our human body with related to the adjacent organ or the parallel organ. Similarly, like a dorsal vertebra, the seventh dorsal parallel to the seventh dorsal vertebra, fifth dorsal vertebra, seventh cranial vertebra, cervical vertebra. Similarly, the position of scapula is located between the second and seventh ribs. Okay, so glenoid cavity. Do you know that head of the humerus? Humerus means the forearm, the starting of your forearm. The first bone is called the humerus bone that is attached over the glenoid cavity. So the glenoid cavity is formed by the structures of the acromion, scapula, and the clavicle. The clavicle and scapulas are fusing together to form a cavity which is called the glenoid cavity, where the hand humerus of our forearms is articulating. Okay, so when you consider this statement, this column and column 1 and 2, you can find out the option floating ribs. Floating ribs is connected with the do not connect with the sternum. So option A with column A with the column number 2, 4 is the answer. So you can see only one statement is there, only one option is there similar to that. So it's quite easy when you know the content very well. Okay, so option number 4 is the answer. Okay, 11th question and 12th question, option number 4 is the answer. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Master column diseases which is causing organism, and select the correct option. Okay, so this is from the human health and diseases chapter. Typhoid, pneumonia, filariasis, malaria. Typhoid is caused by Salmonella typhi, as you know. Pneumonia is caused by Haemophilus influenza, and filariasis by Wuchereria, and malaria by Plasmodium vivax. Okay, so the option should be typhoid with the Salmonella typhi. Okay, A with the 3. A with 3, only one option is there, A with 3. And pneumonia is Haemophilus influenzae, that is 4. Filariasis means it's connected with the Wuchereria, that is 1. So apparently the answer should be option 2. So you know that if you know the correct sequence of order of diseases, the option is directly there, because no confusion over there, because if you know the first answer, directly you can select the option, isn't it? So A connected with the Salmonella typhi, no, A 3 options are over there. So option number 2 is the answer. Okay, so next question, 114. Montreal Protocol was signed in 1987 for the control of Montreal Protocol. This is from the environmental issue. In previous year, lot of number of questions from the environmental chapters, isn't it?
COP1, COP2.
Yeah, okay. So here the Montreal Protocol, it is for the it's a treaty held in Canada. It is for the control of emissions of ozone depleting substances. So that is the answer. Control of the emissions of ozone depleting substances is the answer. Option number 2 is the answer for the Montreal Protocol in 1987. We already discussed the same question in the last time preparations of the previous session and in previous video. You can able to see. For that purpose, you should have to subscribe our
Yes, if
channel.
subscribe, you will get all these things.
Okay. Next, the QRS complex started in a standard ECG represented. Okay, QRS complex, as you know that it is from the ECG, that is chapter from circulations from first year human physiology. As you know, this is the P wave, this is a Q wave, this is R the wave, and this is the S wave, and this is the T wave. P is the initiation or depolarization of atria, depolarization of atria. QRS, this is the depolarization of starting of ventricular contraction. So the depolarization of ventricular contraction. T wave is the relaxation of the content. So we just need the QRS complex, isn't it? The QRS complex means depolarization of ventricle, and it's crystal clear and directly here in this option. And this is exactly the same state from the NCERT itself. So the answer is option 3. Okay. So next question.
That is from
botany,
right?
Yes,
sir, can you move that one to this side? Okay, and what about this question? We can see that this question 116. Name the plant growth regulator which upon spraying on sugarcane crop increases the length of stem. Can you see? Did you see this statement before? Of course, from the NCERT, right? Yes, thus increasing the yield of sugarcane crop, right? Increasing, that is increasing length, the elongation of length, elongation, gibberellin. We know that is the direct question. Gibberellin, we know that elongation of plant parts. We know that is internode elongation. We know that axial length elongation, that is in grape stalk. We know that, and also gibberellin, bolting, malting. We know that early maturation in juvenile conifers. All these are the different functions of gibberellin. We know that. And for this question, the same statement is direct from the NCERT, directly from the NCERT. For this question number 116, 2 is the correct answer. And what about the next question? Yes, that is from Principles of Inheritance and Variation. Okay, simple question asked from this area, genetics. Okay, we know that. For the question number 170, we can see that how many true breeding pea plants, that is he selected, Mendel, Gregor Johann Mendel selected pure pea plant for his experiment. That is, varieties did Mendel select as pairs? We know that 14. 14 is the answer. No, he selected 14. That is pure tall, pure dwarf, pure flower color violet white. Then stem. Then we know that seed shape round, wrinkled, and the seed color yellow, green, and the pod shape flat or that is inflated or full or constricted. And also we know that pod color that is green and yellow. We know that these are the different characters selected by Mendel.
Is that the 7 contrasting characters?
Yeah, they are the 7 contrasting characters. Question is how many plants selected?
Yeah.
If 7 contrasting characters is there, how many plants have to be there?
14 plants.
14 plants have to be there. 14 pure plants have to be there for the experiment. Therefore, the answer for this question 117.3 is the correct answer. I think your answer is correct, of course. Right. And what about the next question?
So this is from the Animal Kingdom chapter from first year portion of zoology. The bilateral symmetrical and acoelomate animal are exemplified by. So this kind of question is a bit confusing in every types of students because symmetry, bilateral symmetry, acoelomate, these are quite a bit confusing. When you consider the coelomate, means phylogenic order itself. So Ctenophora, you know that Ctenophora is a round-shaped organism and their acoelomate isn't. But at the same time, they do not possess any bilateral symmetrical. They are radially symmetrical organism. So option, you have to skip this option. And the platyhelminthes, they are bilaterally symmetrical, but the problem is that they are acoelomate. Aschelminthes are bilaterally symmetrical and coelomate, as well annelid also there, bilaterally symmetrical and coelomate. So you can easily select out or odd out the answer platyhelminthes are the exemplified as the bilaterally symmetrical and coelomate animals from this question number 118. Option number 2 is the answer. So much important for when you're considering this type of question, you should have to thoroughly know. For example, I will give you a simple clue for you. These types of question, it's coming from on the basis of the page number 60 of your NCERT, because the page number 60 of your first year NCERT, you can able to see a table over there. In that table, absence and presence of several characteristic features of all these phyla are explained. And you can able to see that table and you just thorough that table instead of reading all these sessions, because that is a capsule. Yeah.
The form of capsule given in the NCERT.
Yeah, NCERT itself is given. It is directly from those table.
Yeah,
okay. So I don't know. Means much students are familiar with those tables. I don't know that. Though if you don't know, you just try to read that table and thorough that table specifically.
That is also given in our synopsis also, right?
Yeah, that table is also given in our synopsis also.
We have biology
Don't worry,
synopsis.
you just take the page number 60. It's there in updated session also. I mean, updated NCERTs also.
Yes.
So, okay, so move on to the next question. Cuboidal epithelium, which is brush bordered of microvilli, is found in lining of the intestine, duct of the salivary gland, proximal convoluted tube of the nephron, and eustachian tube. So here, it's a confusing question for somebody though does not understand the proper location of these cells or the epitheliums or tissues. So for that purpose, when you consider the cuboidal epithelium, most of you are you may thought like cuboidal is a type of epithelium that is capable to secretion and absorption. So the secretion and absorption, duct of salivary gland, secretion absorption. Most of the time, you are able to think like that. You will be think like that. The duct of salivary gland is the answer. But when you consider NCERT statement, the cuboidal epithelial cells are present in the proximal convoluted tubule of the nephron, having certain microvilli. That is a statement from NCERT. Okay, the pakka clear statement from the NCERT. So you can able to see the same statement of the cuboidal epithelium with a microvilli. There is no brush border. We know that brush bordered epithelia. What is a brush bordered epithelia? Brush bordered epithelia means a type of cell which having an which having a finger-like projections like this. This is known as brush bordered epithelia. Observing this kind of cells, you can able to see like similar our toothbrush like. So this is like brush bordered epithelia, and some types of cell having ciliated epithelia are there. So this type of epitheliums are called a ciliated epithelia. This one is called a microvilli. Finger-like projection is always known as microvilli. So when here considering the proximal convoluted tubule of the nephron having microvilli in cuboidal epithelia, that is a statement from NCERT. So the answer is option 3 is the answer for the question number 119. Okay. So move on to the, is it clear? So move on to the next question.
Okay, that is from cell, the unit of life. Okay, that is what is the question. We can say question number 120. Which is the important site of formation of glycoprotein and glycolipids in eukaryotic cell? Are you familiar with this statement? Of course, that is from the NCERT. What's the answer? Correct answer, direct answer. What is answer? Yes, we can blindly bubble this option, right? What's the answer? Yes, Golgi body. Golgi body, the sentence we can see in the NCERT. What's the answer for the question number 120? Yes, 3 is the correct answer for this question number 120. And we also have long-term +1 science tuition, no? +1 also there, +2. Along with +2, we have +1 also.
Right? The entrance coaching for the students, which is just complete the 10th class itself.
Oh, yes. Okay, you can start now. Already we started and you also can join, and here we're providing every opportunity, right?
Yeah, of course, because most of the people have a misconception that entrance should have to start with after the +2 classes for the just with a crash course.
Never. Along with this +1, +2, you have to do this course.
Actually, on the basis of that, we can say actually it should have to start from the 6th standard itself.
On the basis we also have this foundation.
Yeah, we have our foundation courses is there, but just change your mentality that the entrance you can't able to crack the entrance with a crash course itself.
Yes.
So you have to join in long-term courses from the
courses is there. That's very best selection if you select that course, right?
Yeah, of course.
After +2, you have that is not good. If join with +1.
Actually, if you want to crack the entrance, you have to join with the foundation course itself and complete your long-time courses. And after that, you have to attend the Neet examination.
Then you will get definitely. If you
definitely
systematic.
If you want much more rank or like 1 or 2 or 3, just do a repeat course also.
Yes. Okay. So okay. What about this next question? That is yes. Of course, we have 2 questions. 120. Please notice 120. Question number 121. No, 121 question. Okay. In light reaction, please notice that question number 121. In light reaction, plastoquinone facilitate the transfer of electron from. Now we can see that question you have already with you. Question number 121. We know that this cycle, that is non-cyclic electron, that is we know that non-cyclic photophosphorylation, that is connected to light reaction of photosynthesis. We can see that PS2 receives light while photons are accepted. When a light falls on this PS2, they will receive this PS2 light, 4 photons, and expel 4 electrons. That is accepted by PQ. That is reduced to PQH2. That is plastoquinone. From this plastoquinone, this electron move to. That is the question. That is from PS2, electron moves to direct diagram. We can see in the NCERT. That is to the complex. That is electron carrier. That is cytochrome B6F complex. From that, we know that electron move to PZ. That is plastocyanin. And to that, to PS1, that is oxidized PS1. When this PS1 received light and expelled electron, we can see that that is the direction of flow of PS2 to PS1, PS2 to PS1, PS1 to NADP. That's what is non-cyclic photophosphorylation. For that question, we can see what's answer for this question. Option 1 is the correct answer, PS2 to cytochrome B6F complex. Okay, what about the question number 122? Match the following concerning essential elements and their functions plants. Already very important area from mineral nutrition. We know that function of minerals are very important. We can see that iron. What is the function of iron? We can see that iron helps in synthesis of chlorophyll. Yes, of course, option is there. Required for chlorophyll synthesis, this iron is there. Required for chlorophyll synthesis, this iron is there. We know that. Yes, iron is there for the chlorophyll synthesis. And also we can say what is the different function, what is the importance of iron? Iron, we know that there is a micro element required by plants in greatest amount. And this iron is the electron, that's a component of electron carrier, ferridoxin and cytochrome. Okay, very important question, we know that. And zinc, what about zinc? Zinc, carboxylase, carboxypeptidase, we know that. And we know that zinc oxin. This oxin term we can see in the mineral nutrition, but that term is connected with plant growth and development. What is we can see in the plant growth and development? IAA. What is IAA? Indole 3 acetic acid. We know that. That is oxin. That is oxin. No, that is oxin name that is given in the plant growth and development. But this zinc is written in the mineral notation. Function of zinc is synthesis oxin. But what is IAA? You have to be know that is scratch from plant growth and development. That is the connection preparation is important for the entrance exam. We know that what's answer for this question? We can say B. That is this 4. And what about boron? Boron function is very important. Cell, there is pollen germination, cell elongation, cell differentiation, membrane functioning, uptake and utilization of calcium. We know that boron. And what about this boron? That is pollen germination. Very important. C. And what about manganese? Manganese helps in photolysis of water along with chlorine and chlorine and calcium. We know that. And this manganese helps in activate enzyme for photosynthesis and respiration and nitrogen metabolism. Here we can see that manganese photolysis of water. Yes. If you know the functions, the answer is there. What's the answer for this question? We can see that A, B, yes, A3, A4 is right. A that is iron, that is required for, that is A3, that is this one. And zinc, we can see that IA biosynthesis, that is 4, yes. This one, next one, that is boron, that pollen germination, that is C2, yes. And manganese, photolysis of water, this one. What's the answer for this question? We can see that question number 122. 3 is the correct answer for this question. So what about the next question?
So these are
yes, that's also from botany. Yeah. And what about this question? That is from the chapter Morphology of Flowering Plants. Question number 123. The roots that originate from the base of the stem are, we know that from the radical primary root arise, that primary root is short-lived and replaced by a group of root that arise from the base of the stem. That is happened, that can be seen in fibrous root. We can see what is the answer for this question? Fibrous root. Okay, very simple question, very direct question. If you know the concept, if concept clarity is there and if your preparation is thorough, then there is no doubt answer is 1. For the question number 123, 1 is the correct answer. Sir.
This is from the evolution chapter zoology portion. Okay, so this is also a simple question as mentioned by the teacher earlier. From his experiment, whose experiment? Stanley Miller produced amino acids by mixing the following in a closed flask. In a closed flask that we called as Stanley Urey-Miller apparatus or Urey-Miller experiment. On the basis of that, what are the content on that Urey-Miller apparatus? CH4, H2, NH3 and water vapors at 800 degrees Celsius, and CH3, H2, NH4 and water vapor at 800 degrees Celsius. It should be a bit confusing on the basis of this 1 and 2 options, because 600 is not a correct statement, because we know that 800 degrees Celsius is the actual temperature which provided for the mechanism for this life formation inside a flask. So you just have to skip these 2 questions. I mean these 2 options. So stick on this one. You may be a bit confused because either it is CH4 or CH3 or NH3 or NH4. This is the problem of this question. This is a tricky question.
Okay,
Okay,
okay.
so that means a thorough knowledge of what is a concept and what is a content exactly. Then you should have to answer this one. So the option number one is the answer, but that means methane, H2, and ammonia are the and water vapor are the content of that primitive atmospheric nature, and also that is inside that flask and experimented with the 800 degrees Celsius of the primitive atmospheric condition. So that is the answer of question number 124. The option number one is the answer. As you know, like Stanley Miller apparatus experiment is the method which is used for identifying or explaining the origin of life on the basis of chemical evolution. Okay, so find the next question.
Yes, that is from biomolecules. Okay, biomolecules is also very important chapter. We know that, but it's also from the NCERT. You know, direct question from the NCERT. We know that identify the basic amino acid, basic lysine. We know that lysine. That's answer for this question number. There is no any doubt for this question. We can see that for the question number 125, 3 is the correct answer. And when we can see that, what about the next question? 126. Yes, the process of growth is maximum. Maximum. We can see that maximum that is connected with the lag, log, stationary. That is, we can see senescence. That in the plant growth and development is there. And also second year, we can see that organism and population is also there. The concept is there. We know that. And we can see that from this, we can see the process of growth is maximum during, yes, maximum during log or exponential. What's the answer for this question? 1 is the correct answer for the question number 126. And what about the next question? Yes, that's your question, sir. Zoology.
Yeah, the presence of which of the following conditions in urine and indicative of the diabetes mellitus. Diabetes mellitus, what are the indications of diabetes mellitus? Just analyze the condition. This is the exact statement from the NCERT in hormonal chapter. I mean, hormonal mechanism, the last chapter of the first year topic. I mean, first year's biology textbook. Ketonuria and glycosuria are the symptomatic conditions of a person which is suffering from diabetes mellitus. So this is a direct answer, a direct answering question method. Don't be confused. Uremia. Uremia means you know that uremia is the conditions of the inside the blood that we can see a kind of red blood cells in presence of urea. That is called the uremia. So that is also indicative of the diabetes mellitus. That is amount of urine is so much is there in diabetes mellitus. So the answer is ketonuria and glycosuria. So that is also a simple answer of the option number 3, 127 question. Okay.
Answer, right?
So move on to the next question.
Yes, that's about from principles of inheritance. That is related to genetic disorder. Very important area. We know that from this area also this time question asked. Okay, we are very happy, right? Yes. Direct question. We can see that. Select the correct match. Hemophilia. What about hemophilia? Y-linked, never. Hemophilia and color blindness. We know that that is sex-linked recessive. X-linked recessive. We know that. And phenylketonuria. We know that phenylketonuria is autosomal recessive, not autosomal dominant. In the NCERT, we can see that only one autosomal dominant is given, that is called muscular dystrophy or myotonic dystrophy in the NCERT. We can see that. And what about sickle cell anemia? We know that sickle cell anemia is autosomal recessive. We know that. That is chromosome number 11. Yes, correct. That's the correct answer. This is the correct answer for this question. And what about thalassemia? We know that alpha and beta thalassemia, that is X-linked, never. That is autosomal recessive. What's the answer for this question number 128? 3 is the correct answer for the question number 128. Yes, that's also related to botany. Next to question 129. What about question number 129? Strobili or cones are found in. Strobili or cones are found in. That is in the pteridophyte, the 2 members of strobili or cone. And cone can be seen in the gymnosperm. We can see that. But here option, what is option? Salvinia and Selaginella. What about this? That is Heterosporus. That is not dancer. And pteris, no, pteris, Diopteris, they are not like that. They are pteridophyte. And what about Markantia? They are bryophyte. No. Which is the answer? Equisitum and Selaginella are. Equisitum and Selaginella, we know that they are corn or strobili. What's the answer? Direct answer. Direct, no, which examples? Those examples given the NCERT directly asked for the entrance exam. That is important.
I think pretty easy questions.
Yes, sir. And that's much important, the example from the NCERT. You know, that much concept clarity you have to be developed. Don't worry. Okay, you can do in the best way if you follow all these things right.
I think people can able to score a maximum of 360 from this question.
Yes, of course.
But they got enough time.
Yes, of course. 360 can score from this. First of all, you may be hurry, right?
Yeah. Of course, yeah.
But if you're cool, then you can do all these things. Okay. And that's about this question. And what about, yes.
Okay,
Yes,
IIT.
integrated batch also.
Yeah, integrated batch also from school basis. We are taking AIMS and JIPMER, IIT, NIT. This type of every type of coachings are giving from Darsana Academy.
Integrated courses are there, and
Plus one,
best
plus one. What do you mean by
opportunity for the
integrated
students.
courses? Means we are providing certain schools and school syllabuses are along with their NCERT and also entrance basis. That is called integrated
Subjective
batches.
and objective together we are running. That is
Okay.
integrated course, and you can join with us, and we will give a full support for getting full score for the subjective and objective. That's our target.
So, ma'am, one more updation from our
Yes.
channel itself. After this session of ending of this session of biology,
We
the
will
physics live streaming is over there.
Yes.
The exact
Will be there, right?
yeah, it will be there. Discussions of the questions of NEET
Yes,
2020.
NEET 2020 is also there after biology discussion.
After
That's the
biology
specialty
discussion.
of Darsana.
Okay, so
Yes.
after that, you can expect the chemistry also.
Chemistry also
Okay.
there.
So
Waiting
continuous
is
consecutive
coming
sequences
soon,
are there.
right?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's
Just
continuous
stay on
sequences,
and
yes.
be subscribe this channel as soon as early as possible. You can able to view all the kind of interactive
Yes.
sessions can
Yes,
be
yes.
there. Okay, so move on to the next question.
Yes, that is related to zoology, sir. So,
So I think question is skipped from there.
which question?
130 question. You can able to see the 130th question is identify the wrong statement of ABO blood
that
grouping.
is I will say, right?
Okay, no problem. This is also from the chapter. The ABO blood grouping is describing the
Principles
chapter
of inheritance and
principles of inheritance. At the same time, it is from the chapter of
Oh, fine. That is come. That is zoology and botany, right?
circulation.
Yes, sir. You can explain, sir.
No. Yeah, continue, ma'am. No problem.
Okay, fine.
This is allelic frequency question. Is exactly this one.
Okay,
So on the basis of this question, you can able to explain quite proper.
Yes, okay, sir. Identify already, sir, read the question, right?
Yeah.
Yes, identify the wrong statement with reference to the gene I that control AB blood group. The IG, we can see that I has three alleles, IA, IB, small I. We can see that. And what's the first, what is wrong statement? What's the first statement? First option. The gene I has three alleles. Of course, gene I has three alleles. That is correct.
Yeah, okay, that's correct. It's
Like
correct statement.
IA, IB, small I.
Second option, the
option.
person will have only two for the three alleles. That is also right because you know that person only have two alleles. Okay. Similarly, when you're considering the blood group A blood group, you can see IA and IO or IA or IO. It's homozygous or heterozygous.
okay.
So the statement is right, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Of course. And the population has all alleles.
All alleles
But
are there.
single individual does not have these two
In the case of
alleles.
B also, IB and IB, IO.
Yes,
So,
like that.
okay, like that.
Yes, correct.
Read the next statement.
And what about 3? When IA and B are present together, they express same type of sugar.
IA and IB, they are not expressing the same type of sugar.
What about this IA? IA produce one type of sugar and IB produce one type of sugar. They produce different type of sugar. They present together. They are called codominance. That is called codominance. If both alleles are equally dominant or expressed, it is called codominance. That is AB blood group. That is AB blood group. We know that. That is IA express a sugar and IB represent another sugar, and that is express both sugar on the membrane of RBC. We can see that. Therefore, that statement is wrong.
Yeah,
That
exactly.
statement is wrong. That is
Read the next one also.
Yes, and what about this IA and B present together? They express same type of sugar. Never. That is wrong. Okay? Correct statement,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yes, that is direct statement actually.
Yeah,
Direct statement.
exactly.
And what about the fourth one? Small I does not produce any
Any
sugar.
sugar.
Never. Small I does not produce any sugar. That is also correct.
Correct statement. So the option number 3 is
3
the
is the correct answer. Small I, that is recessive. IA and IB are dominant over small I. While IA and IB comes together, I can say that they are codominant.
Yeah, codominance. Okay, so option number 3 is the answer for the question. Okay, so move on to the next one. Identify. No. This one is ma'am. Identify the correct. Okay. Identify the correct statement with reference to the human digestive system. Identify the correct statement. Ileum opens into small intestine. No, ileum is the largest coiled part of small intestine. That is a highly coiled part of small intestine. That statement is also there in this option. Option 3. You have to select the correct option. I just said the correct option. Ileum is a highly coiled part. So the first option is wrong statement. Serosa is the innermost layer of the alimentary canal. As you know, like the serosa is not the innermost part of the alimentary canal. Then ileum is a highly coiled part. Yeah, that is the right statement. A vermiform appendix arises from the duodenum. Never. It is from the cecum. Okay, so the statement ileum is a highly coiled part is the correct statement from the question number 131. Okay, so it's a direct question. It's so simple. That much simple this is. So go on to the sorry.
What about the answer, sir?
Yeah, this is the option 3 is the answer. I just forgot to take over there.
Yes, okay.
So option number 3 is the answer. Okay, could you able to follow this one? So next one, which of the following would help in prevention of diuresis? Okay, diuresis means Antidiuresis. Antidiuresis means the production of more amount of water is occurring over there. So the answer should be reabsorption of Na plus and water from renal tubule to aldosterone. This is the answer of 132.
Two is the answer.
Two
right?
is the answer.
Okay. This one. Next
Yeah,
one. Yeah.
next one. Okay. So two is the answer. Option number two is the answer. Next slide. Match
What
the
about the
following.
next question? 130, that is from the cell cycle. We can see that match the following with respect to meiosis. We can see that with meiosis, we can see that which are the different processes that can be seen in meiosis 1, prophase 1. What about the zygote? We can see that zygote in synapses. A4, right? A4. The direct question. No option is there in the statement. No, we can. In option is direct. We can see that. Packaging. We can see that. Recombination crossing over. That is B3. We can see that. And what about diplotin? We can see that diplotin. We can see that chiasmata, C2, yes. And what about diakinesis, terminalization of chiasmata? What's the answer for this question? We can see that for the question number 133, what's the answer? 2 is the correct answer for this question. And what about the next question? Yes, yeah, that's also botany, right? And what about this question number 134? Which of the following is not an inhibitory substance governing seed dormancy? The statement that is from also from the NCERT. We can see while go through the plant growth and development, there is another area, seed dormancy. In that area, we can see that these three helps in plant dormancy and seed dormancy, whereas this helps in overcome seed dormancy. We can see that not. That is helps in seed dormancy. That is not act as inhibitory substance governing seed dormancy. What's the answer for the question number 134? Yes, 1 is the correct answer for this question number 134. And what about the next question? Yes, that is from biotechnology application. That's also very important area. That is also direct question, very easy. We can see that mark the column and select the correct option. We can see that BT cotton, Bacillus thuringiensis. Yes. And next one, we can see adenosine deaminase deficiency. We can see the gene therapy. We know that. And next one, we can see RNA interference extracellular defense in eukaryotes. We know that. And what about this PCR, polymerase chain reaction? We know that detection of HIV infection. We know that all these concepts. And what is the answer? Yeah, we have to be that task also there, right? A4, right? Yes, this one. A4 only, 4 here, this one only. Okay, this option only have. We can say A4, B1, C2, D3. What's the answer for this question number 135? Yes, 1 is the correct answer for this question number 135. That is also from the botany. We can see that. That is from the different chapters are there. Different chapters are there in the single question. That is the importance of NCERT and that is the importance of biology. That is the specialty of biology, right? Different chapters are there. This matches the column. Inhibitor of catalytic activity can be in the biomolecules. That we can see that inhibition of that is succinate by the activity of malonate, that is succinate dehydrogenase. You know that combinative inhibition. Yes, we can see that malonate A2, right? A2 here, both have. And process peptide bonds between amino acid. Which one is protein abundant protein in the biosphere? Collagen. That is kind of very interesting option, I think so. Very interesting. We can say that process peptide bond, collagen, protein. Since that is a protein. The collagen can be in the photosynthesis and also in the biomolecules. And we can say the cell wall material in fungi that is connected with biological classification. Kingdom fungi, we can see that is chitin. Chitin, the term is also can be seen in the biomolecules. Chitin is the homopolymer, we know that. And that is answer, we can see that C3, we can see this one, no? C3 is there. And next, secondary metabolite, we know that resin, we know that resin is that table, we can see that secondary metabolite resin. And what's the answer for this question? We can see that A2, yes, and B4 is B4, and C3 and D1. What's the answer? 1 is the correct answer for the question number 136. And what about the next question? Yes, that is also connected with biotechnology. We can see that the direct statement from the NCERT. We can see that the sequence that controls the copy number of the linked DNA in the vector is termed as ORI site. We know that what's the answer for this question number 137. 2 is the correct answer for the question number 137. 2 is the correct answer for the question number 137. And what about the next question? We can see that. Yes.
Okay, snow blindness and Antarctic regions is due to. This is a simple question from biodiversity and environmental issue. This together we can say the slow blindness is the reason of inflammations of cornea due to the high dosage of UVB radiation because of the depletion of ozone. In environmental issue, you can able to see the depletion of ozone. You can see that the statement is also there. Inflammation of cornea is leading to the type of disease which is called a snow blindness. Okay, so option number two is the answer. Inflammation of cornea due to the high dose of UVB radiation. So more, so simple question. This one, no need of much more explanation. You can able to see this same sentence in NCERT too. So that's why I'm pretty fast. Okay. So according to Robert Mayer, okay, the global species diversity about according to Robert Mayer, but this is not accepted by IUCN. This is known as 7 million. A single person is mentioning that 7 million organisms, that means diversity of species are there. That is not quite acceptable for the IUCN because that is he's a person exactly. IUCN is a is an international union for conservation of nature and natural resources. It's a treaty. So 7 million is not considered. According to IUCN, 1.5 millions are there, but 7 million is by the Robert Mayer assumptions of number of organisms of varieties of species in this earth. Okay, move on to the next question.
Yes, that is from the strategies for enhancement in food production. Then we know that there is plant breeding and animal breeding that is connected with animal breeding. That is question number 140. By which method was a new breed Isardale? Isardale is different time that was asked like Isardale, what is Isardale, what is that, and how it is formed, and what different type of questions are there from this single question, right? And of sheep formed by virus Bicaneries and Manoram, we know that they are crossbreeding, right? Crossbreeding is an outbreeding. Outbreeding are of that we know that outcrossing, crossbreeding, and interspecific hybridization. Among this, Isardale formation is a crossbreeding type. We can say that for the question number 143 is the correct answer. Yes, sir.
So 141 question: which of the following regions of the globe exhibit the highest species diversity? Everyone, a single child from the 7th standard know that. It's a common question. It's a type of general knowledge question. The Amazon rainforest is the answer, and this is from the chapter biodiversity. Okay, so this is a direct answering method. Next question: match the following columns and select the correct option. And this is a question from Animal Kingdom. 16 to 15 pairs of gills. 16 to 15 pairs of gills are present in cyclostomes. Or okay, A with 2. Heterocoelous means chondrichthyes. Heteroceral caudal fin. Heteroceral caudal fin for the chondrichthyes. Uneven tail fins are there. That is a heteroceral caudal fin. Next one is called air bladders. Air bladders are present in osteichthyes. Osteichthyes means because of the presence of the air bladder, they have the capacity for the buoyancy. And last one is called a poisonous sting. Poisonous sting is a trigon. Trigon is a kind of chondrichthyes. It's a trigon means a ray type organism, that is. So option number 1 is the answer for the match the following. Match the column. Option number 1. Option number 1 is the answer in this question 142. So move on to the next question.
Yes, that is connected with biotechnology. Again, biotechnology. Question number 143. Which of the following statement is not correct? In biotechnology, we can see that this statement, direct statement, we can see that. In man, that is connected with insulin, we can see that. In man, insulin is in the size as a proinsulin. Of course, that is correct. Not correct is the question. That is correct. The proinsulin has an extra peptide called C-peptide. Of course, they also have. That is also correct. The functional insulin has A and B chain linked together by hydrogen bond. No, disulfide bond. We know that is wrong. That is wrong. This one is wrong. 3 is wrong. For the 143 is wrong. Genetically engineered insulin is produced in E. coli. That is also in the NCERT. What is the answer for this question number 143? 3 is the correct answer for this question. And what about the next question, 144? That is also, these times so many match the column and
match the following and incorrect pair wrong.
Yes, that type of question. Already we are
given. Quite time-taking questions, isn't it?
Yes, of course. And we can see that, what is the answer? Match the organs with its use in biotechnology. That is again biotechnology. Bacillus thuringiensis. We know that cry protein, cry gene. That is, we can see that A4, right? 4. Only this one 4. That direct, these options. This
question is a bit confusing, but the answer is directly. Right. Even any one of these options, you can get answer.
That is the importance of this area. Okay. And Thermus aquaticus, we can see that DNA polymerase, Taq polymerase. We know that. And next we can see agrobacterium typifications act as cloning vector. That is, we know that. Agrobacterial tumefacients, we know that that is one. And Salmonella typhimurium, that is construction of first DNA recombinant DNA molecule. That is also direct in the NCRD. What's the answer? We can see that for this question 144.2 is the correct answer. For the question number 144.2 is the correct answer. And what about next question? That is also from botany. We can see that. Which of the following pairs of unicellular algae, unicellular, chlorella, chlamydomonas, spirella, not spirulina, we can say what is the answer? Yes, chlorella and spirulina is only given in here. We can say what's the answer for this question? 145. 4 is the correct answer. That is in the NCRT. Therefore, that is given in the NCRT. The statement, direct statement that is given in the these examples are given in the NCRT. Therefore, there is the answer for this question. Question number 145. 4 is the correct answer.
So this is a question from reproduction, because the meiotic division of the secondary oocyte is completed. This is a simple question exactly, but most of them don't know that what is exactly happening in a female body. That we think that ovulation, in this ovulation, ovum is producing, not exactly the ovum is producing. In every female body, the formation of ovum is just needed a need of a male gamete. Okay, so after the fertilization of ova, I mean after, just before the fertilization of ova, interaction with the male sperm, the ovum is get separated into secondary oocyte. Otherwise, it is known as secondary oocyte, and the ovum is forming as secondary oocyte second polar body and the oocyte. So the meiotic division of the secondary oocyte is completed at the time of the fusion of sperm in our ovum. So option number 4 is the answer. Option number 4 is the answer for the question number 146. Okay, so move on to the next one.
And what about the question number 147? Secondary metabolites such as nicotine, strychnine, and caffeine are produced by plants for their secondary metabolites. We can see that is in the biomolecules. We can see that what is the purpose? No, that is connected also with organism and population. That is connected with this protection to the predator, away from predator. That is by the plants also. We can see that. What's the answer for this question? Defense action is the answer for this question. And what about the next question?
So which of the following statements are true or of the phylum Chordata? The true or false question is there. In Urochordata, the notochord is extended from head to tail and it is present throughout their life. It's a completely wrong statement, because in Urochordata, the tail, only the vertebral column is present. I mean, the notochord is present in the region of your tail region, but it is not in the full body part. It's a wrong statement. In Vertebrata, notochord is present during the embryonic period only. That is the right statement. Central nervous system is dorsal and hollow. That is also the right statement. Chordata is divided into 3 subphyla: hemichordata, tunicata, and cephalochordata. No, hemichordata now is known as non-chordata. So the statement B and C is the right one. So option number B and C. B and C. Option number 4 is the answer. B and C. Okay, so 148 question answer is 4. Move on to the next one.
Yes, what about this? That is again from biotechnology. Question number 149. We can see that BT cotton variety that was developed by the introduction of toxic gene of Bacillus thuringiensis resistant to insect pest. Direction is from the NCRD. For the question number 149, 1 is the correct answer. And what about the next question? Yes, that is from mineral nutrition. That is from mineral nutrition. That is related to nitrogen cycle. Is very important. The product of reaction catalyzed by nitrogenase helps in biological nitrogen fixation in root nodule of leguminous plant is R. While we notice the equation, while go through the equation of this biological nitrogen fixation, we can see that ammonia is there, but ammonia and hydrogen is there as the product. Therefore, while go through the equation, what's the answer for this question number 154 is the correct answer for this question.
So move on to the next one. This is a match the following question from the chapter hormonal control and the regulations. The pituitary gland, which is considered with the option 3, okay. So pituitary gland, thyroid gland, adrenal gland, and pancreas. In pituitary gland is concerned with the diabetes insipidus, while the thyroid gland is concerned with the Graves' disease. Adrenal gland, it is concerned with the Addison disease, and pancreas is with the diabetes mellitus. So the option number 3 is the answer when you consider this one. Option number 3 is the answer. Okay, so move on to the next question.
Okay, what about question number 152? Again, that is from biomolecules and also from photosynthesis in higher plants. That is connected these 2 points. We can see that what is the question? Question number 152. Which one of the following is the most abundant protein in the animals? That is connected from biomolecules. In the animals, we can see that that is collagen. What's the answer for this question number 152? 2 is the correct answer. And what about the next question? 153. Yes, that is from cell cycle. That's also very important. We can see that question number 153. Identify the correct statement with regard to G1 phase of interphase. While go through the NCERT statement, we can see that cell is metabolically active, grows, but does not replicate its DNA. That statement we can see in the NCERT. What is the answer for this question number? Gap 1 phase. What's the answer? Yes, 3 is the correct answer for this question. And what about the next question?
So,
yes, that is from ecosystem,
ecosystem,
right?
yeah.
154. And what about this? Match the trophic levels with their correct species examples in grassland ecosystem. Fourth trophic level, we can see that. What's the answer, sir?
So our answer should be fourth tropical level from the vultures. You can see the vulture is the fourth tropical level. Second tropical level is from 3. You can see rabbit. And the first tropical level, you can see the fourth one, the grass. And third tropical level, you can see the crow. The third tropical level, option number 1 is the answer. Okay.
Okay, what about the next question? 155. Okay. The ovary is half inferior. That is direct from the NCERT. 155. We can see that ovary half inferior. That is perigynous, plum, peach, rose. What's the answer? Direct answer. Direct example from the NCERT for the question number 155. 4 is the correct answer for this question. And this plum, peach, rose are the half inferior ovary. They are perigynous. That's very, very important. We can see that. And what about the next question? That is from the sexual reproduction flowering plants, and also that is connected with morphology of flowering plants. We can see that these points can be seen in these 2 chapters. And we can see that the body of ovule is fused within the funiculate hilum. We can see that. One's answer for this question number 156. 1 is the answer for this question number 156. And what about, this is also again from biotechnology principles and process. And we can see that specific question number 157, the specific palindromic sequence which is recognized by EcoR1, GATT. What's the answer? GATT. Where we can see this GATT? This one, GATTC, CTTAG. Okay, what's the answer for this question? 157. What's the answer? 1 is the answer for this question number 157. And what about the next one, 158? That is connected with biological classification. That is a question related to viroids. Which of the following is correct about viroids? Very important, correct. They have RNA with protein code? No, they have no protein code. They have free RNA without protein code? Yes, that's the correct answer. For the question number 158, 2 is the correct answer for the question number 158. We can see that. And what about next question? Question number 159. In water hyacinth and water lily, pollination takes place by water hyacinth. Many time that was asked once. This was the question for the entrance, and also now DPP this question I had given, and we can see that what is the answer in water hyacinth, water lily, insect or wind. What's the answer for this question number 159? We can see that 1 is the correct answer. Yes, what about the next question that is connected with anatomy of flowering plants? What about 160? The transverse section of plants show the following anatomical features. Okay, this type of question was there for the entrance, and also we also provided this same type of questions, and we know the answer. What's the question pattern? There is a large number of scattered vascular bundles surrounded by bundle sheath, that is in monocote stem. A large conspicuous parenchyma is ground tissue, that is we can see that is in monocote stem. Vascular bundle conjoined and closed, that is in monocote stem. Phloem parenchyma absent, that is in monocote stem. Identify the category of plant that its parties come under monocotyledonous plant. What's the answer for the question number 160? 1 is the answer for this question number 160. And next question that is also connected with biomolecules and molecular basis of inheritance. We can see that. What's the question? Which of the following statement is correct? Adenine pair with thymine through 2 hydrogen bond. Yes, of course, that is correct. AT by 2 hydrogen bond. That's correct. Adenine pairs with thymine with 1 hydrogen bond? No, that is wrong. Adenine pairs with thymine through 3 hydrogen bond? No, that is between G and C. We know that. Adenine does not pair with? No. Which is the answer for this question? 161. 1 is the correct answer for this question. And what about the next question?
This is a zoology portion. This is a zoology portion, and select the correct statement. Glucocorticoids simulate the gluconeogenesis, and glucagon is an associated with the hypoglycemia. Insulin act upon pancreatic cells and adipocytes. Insulin associated with the hyperglycemia. So this is clear that glucocorticoids simulate the gluconeogenesis, and that is the right answer. You know that why this is become the right answer, because all the rest of the statements are pretty wrong. That's why this answer is right. Glucocorticoid is simulating gluconeogenesis. Okay, so next question. Match the following columns and select the correct option. Okay. Gregarious polyphagous pest. You can able to see this question correctly. Adult with radial symmetry. Okay. I will read the question. Adult with radial symmetry. And adult with radial symmetry and larva with the bilateral symmetry. That you know that Asteria is the answer. B is the option number 2 is the answer. Okay. And book lengths can be seen in scorpion. Okay. Scorpion, that means option number C with 2. Option number C with 2. And book lengths are scorpion. And bioluminescence, Tinoplana, 3. Option 3. Option 2 is the answer. First one is fourth option, Locusta, gregarious sana. And they are capable to with gregarious. Gregarious means interacting with the other organism, but they are not sharing their any kind of activities. And adult with the radially symmetrical, larva with the bilaterally symmetrical, and that is the answer. Asteria. So option number 2 is the answer for the question number 163. So next question 164. Master column following this is master column question is this: eosinophils, basophils, neutrophil, lymphocyte. So answer should be like eosinophil. Eosinophil is the kind of cells which is capable to release of histamine destructive enzymes, anti-inflammatory. That means we know that eosinophils are known as allergic allergic resistance. They are providing allergic resistance. And basophils are capable to produce release of granules containing histamine. Basophils is the one which is producing histamine. Neutrophils is phagocytosis in nature. Lymphocyte is in immune response is the answer. So the 164 answer is 1. So answer is 1. Next question 165. If the head of the cockroach is removed, it may be lay for a few days. Simple. The answer is option number 3, because the head holds small portions of the neural system, while the rest of the situated along with the ventral part of its body. That is called esocircumpharyngeal ganglions are there. So the option number 3 is the answer for the question number 165. So move on to the next question 166.
Yes. And what about this, sir? Yes. And what about this 166? Name the enzyme that facilitate opening of DNA helix during transcription. Okay. While go through this question, we can see that opening. Now we can see that is during translate. No, this replication. We can say the help of DNA helicase. But here the question is related to transcription. Transcription, we can see that is connected with RNA polymerase. When RNA polymerase, we can see that is RNA polymerase in the prokaryote, that is the help of sigma factor. This RNA polymerase binds at the promoter site and drag to the operator site. We know that. And the case of with the eukaryote, there is transcription factors are there in order to bring this RNA polymerase 2. That is RNA polymerase 2 in the case of eukaryotes. But in the case of prokaryotes, we can say simply RNA polymerase. And here we can see that what is the answer here, that is related to transcription. Therefore, this open up of this DNA, that is template, from this template strand, we can see that this protein will be this RNA will be formed. Therefore, what is the answer for this question? RNA polymerase is the answer for this question number 166. And what about the next question? Yes.
Flippers of penguin and dolphins are the examples of their analogous organ. As you know that this is analogy characteristic features, and the analogy characteristic features are always converge in evolution. So option number 2 is the answer, convergence of evolution. So next question. Which of the following hormones level will cause release of ovum from the Graafian follicle? According to NCERT, this question is having some sort of confusion, because according to NCERT, the ovulation process is initiated by the increase of the concentration of LH. But here it is mentioned as low concentration of LH. then you have to select the correct option from this one. Maybe the chances of high concentration of progesterone is there after the formation of luteum, corpus luteum. Corpus luteum is capable of production of hormone progesterone. But just they're asking that the release of ovum, that means corpus luteum is not yet formed over there. So the release of ovum is initiated by either the low concentration of FSH, because FSH do not have any chance to interact with this one. So the proper option may be the high concentration of estrogen. That is a confusing question, isn't it? And I think there should be some sort of allegations or some challenges over there for this question. I don't know exactly, because the right statement may be the low concentration of, the high concentration of LH, but it is mentioned as a low concentration. So just wait for the exact clue.
NDA, right?
Yeah, NDA. Yes. What they are exactly mentioning. As far as concerning high concentration of estrogen is the right answer for here. Next question.
Yes, what about the question number 169 that is connected with molecular basis of inheritance? We can see that if the distance between two consecutive base pairs is 0.34 nanometer, and the total number of base pairs of a DNA double helix in a typical mammalian cell is 6.6 into 10 raised to 9 base pair, then the length of DNA is approximately, the question is lengthier, but we know the answer. What's the answer? 2.2 meter. Answer is very simple. Question is very lengthy, simple question. We know that. What's the next question, sir?
So this is a lengthy, this is a time-taking question. Match the following from, this is the question from the reproduction of human beings. The placenta, okay, look at this one, placenta. Placenta is connected with the two, human chorion gonadotropic HCG. Zona pellucida is connected with the layer of the ovum. Bulbourethral gland is connected with the lubrication of the penis. And the Leydig cells option, the D is connected with the production of androgen. This is a direct statement from the NCERT. You know that the concept is so much clear over here. So the option should be, the option should be the 4. Answer 4 is there. So move on to the next one.
Yes, what about the next question? Question number 171. That is from microbes in human welfare. Every chapter is connected, right?
Yeah, every chapter is connected, and every chapter having columns and match the column questions. Yes.
Merge the following columns and select the correct option. We can see that. What about this option? What about this one? Clostridium column 1, Clostridium butylicum. We can see that butyric acid. Yes. And what about this Trichoderma polysporum? We can see that cyclosporin A. And what about this Monascus purpureus? We can see that Monascus purpureus. We can see that. Yes, we can see that Monascus purpureus. Here we can see that. A. Clostridium butylicum. A2. Yes, here. The direct answer is also there, right? A2. And then C. Then Monascus purpureus. We can see that blood cholesterol lowering agent. Yes, Monascus purpureus. And next, Aspergillus niger. We can see that citric acid. That's the answer. Yes, 2 is the correct. If one answer you know thoroughly, then the option is right for you. That's a method of representation during this time.
Yeah, that's kind of questions are there.
Yes. And what about the next question?
Okay, this is from structural organization chapter from the first year topic of zoology. Goblet cells of alimentary canals are modified to form, not exactly from the structural organization, but also it is from the digestive systems of the zoology chapter. So this is the answer. In this question, the answer should be columnar epithelial cells. As you know that the alimentary canal is more formed with the columnar epithelia is most probably, and the chance of goblet cells are formed by the columnar epithelial cells. Option number 2 is the answer for the 172 question. So move on to the next one.
Yes, question number 173, that is from Principles of Inheritance and Variation. The experimental verification of chromosomal theory of inheritance was why? Direct answer, Morgan. T.H. Morgan. Thomas Hunt Morgan is the answer for this question number 173. And what about the question number 174? You know, this question is from transport in plants. No, every chapter is there. We can see that the process of responsible for facilitating loss of water in the liquid form. Liquid is guttation. From the tip of grass blades at night, that is tip of grass blade, we can see there is opening is called hydathode. And in the early morning that is due to root pressure is the answer for the question number 174. 2 is the correct answer. And what about the next question? That is, we can see this is also a very wonderful question. I like this question, right? And what is the point? Identify the substance having glycosidic bond between, we know that glycosidic bond between monosaccharide. Monosaccharide is connected by glycosidic bond by and become polysaccharide. Here it is. Which one is polysaccharide? Cellulose. And we can say, and peptide bond, that is a bond between amino acid that make protein. And we can see which is the protein. We can see that which is the protein. Yes, and inulin, no, yes, cellulose is, but as answer, inulin is the homopolymer. We know the fructose. And what about insulin is the hormone? Hormone is the protein. If you know these type of concepts,
Yeah.
then only you can answer this question. What's answer? Inulin and insulin are connected by glycosidic bond, inulin, and insulin by peptide bond.
Actually, they are connected two questions into a single
Yes,
format.
yes, in the single question, different concepts are
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
If you know the concept, then you
Glycosidic
can
bond
answer.
and peptide bond.
Yes,
They
which
just-
bond
they-
have to be there.
yeah.
And insulin is which type of, what is that? And is it hormone? Is it protein?
And also see the similarities of insulin and inulin.
Yes,
They
yes,
get
of
very
course,
much confused.
Very, very interesting question is one, right? And what about the next one?
Okay, which one of the following is not an attribute of a population? Okay.
You know that this is species
Species
interaction.
interaction,
Yes,
yeah.
species interaction
Option
is the
4 is
answer
the
for
answer.
this question. Yes. And what about that is simple question,
Yeah,
right?
simple
And
question.
next one.
So the enterokinase help in conversion of enterokinase. Entero means, as you know, like the enteron means intestine. Kinase means activation. So the option should be clear because proteins in polypeptide. Proteins are converted into polypeptide from the stomach itself. So enteron is an intestine. Stomach and intestine is quite different. So trypsinogen into trypsin. So trypsinogen is from the pancreas and it is released to the duodenum. That is the starting portion of the intestine. And the trypsinogen is converted to trypsin by the action of enterokinase. Kinase means action. It's taking an action over the some kind of substrate is called kinase. Casinogen to casein. This is also protein. Proteins are exactly functioning inside the stomach. So this is a question exactly from enterokinase. Entero means intestine. So the answer should be trypsinogen to trypsin. Option number 2 is the answer. Move on to the next one.
Yes, what about that is again from cell cycle. Again, G1, G, like that questions are two top questions are there from this area. 178, we can see that some dividing cell exit the cell cycle and enter vegetative inactive stage, that is G0 phase, enter into G0 phase. This is called quiescent stage, G0. And this process occurs at the end of, we can see that what's answer. This is also previous question. We can say what's answer. G1 phase is the answer for the question number 178. 2 is the correct answer. And what about the next question?
Next question, the 79th question. It's a botany, I think so. Gross primary productivity.
Yes, what's the
population.
answer now in relation to gross primary productivity and net to primary productivity for an ecosystem? Which one of the following statement is correct? Which we know that gross primary productivity is more than net
Yeah,
to
the
primary.
gross primary productivity is always less than.
Is always more than net to primary. Of course, net to primary productivity is GPP minus R. And what is the answer for this question? 179.
Option number
2.
2 is the answer.
Gross primary productivity is always more than net to primary productivity. Therefore, 2 is the correct answer for this question.
So this is the next is the final question of this
Yes,
session.
last and final question. We are going to wind up this question by our discussion by this question. Okay. And what about the question number 180? Which of the following put anaerobic sludge digester for further sewage treatment? That is from microbes in human welfare. We know that activated sludge. Direct answer. Direct answer. We know that what's the answer for this question? 180 question option 4 is the correct answer for this question. And
So that's why the
it's
end
about
of this
this
session.
discussion, right?
Yeah, okay. This is a live streaming exactly.
Yes, yes.
We have much.
You
We
are
do
just
not
wait,
how
and
much
now
enough time.
physics is there.
So yeah, the physics sessions are also already there. They are waiting for the next session. Hope you enjoyed this
Yes,
session.
okay. We
and,
hope a best result is waiting for you, right?
Yeah, okay. And also pardon any kind of mistakes from us. So that is also part of us. And wishes and prayers from Darsana Academy itself.
And wishes for best success,
best
success
result.
and getting a seat for Neet.
Okay.
And please subscribe our channel. Then
And
you
do
will
the
get
bell
all
button.
the notifications.
Okay. So stay on this channel always. This is a live streaming is coming, and the next live streaming of physics is there. And after that, chemistry is also there.
If you want this, then you have to be subscribed.
Okay.
All this. Then
If you
will
have any
get-
kind of doubt of we are mentioned about the questions, previous question,
You can
you just
message
pass
us.
through this previous sessions of this channel. You can able to see we already discussed certain number of questions before the NEET examination because
Last minute preparation we have.
we thoroughly know that we that much confident that with all this kind of questions, and I hope you enjoy this session.
Thank you so much.
Signing off. Thank
Best
you.
wishes from Darsana
Yeah, Darsana
Academy.
Academy too.